All right, boys, we are back once again with another episode of our GM mode. We are on episode 26 now, so the series gonna be coming to an end here pretty shortly, as NHL 24 is gonna be out in a few weeks. So we're gonna wrap this one up fairly soon. I'm not sure when. Maybe we'll do one more year or something like that. But anyways, let's get into the comments on the last episode. We have a comment from our good friend RJ here who says, I'm thinking of this being the plan. We trade for a solid defenseman that can help us out, and we sim, say, a month or two. If that doesn't work, then maybe selling is an option. Maybe Haltonen if you want to make a splash, but that's your choice. Also, I don't think Sanderson might be on this team much longer if he's asking for that amount of money. It's true. If you guys did not look at the last, or did not see the last episode, I believe Jake Sanderson's asking for like $12 million for 1 year, so that looks like it's going to be kind of difficult to do. Although Alex DeBrincat is asking for about 10 mil for, whoa, his demand went down. Oh my gosh, we can get him for 3 years at like 8 point something. That's really good. And what about Damian Pascal? Just a quick checkup on these guys, 11 mil as well. So yeah, both these two guys asking for quite a lot of money, Sanderson and Damian Pascal. But anyways, that's besides the point. He also says maybe if there's a solid young defenseman at the draft, some trades could happen. That's true as well. If he will have good trade value, so we can trade up for a pick. That's all I have to say right now, though. Good luck and go Sens go. Also, that simulation against the Islanders in OT was painful. Yes, it was. If you guys did not watch the last one, rough stuff against the Islanders there. I think we were up 3-1, maybe 3-0 or something. They come back in the third period, win it in overtime. Rough game for sure. But that is not the only comment we got last time. We also got a comment from Fresh Bread, who has been catching up on the videos. He's been watching the series, catching up on it, and we appreciate all the comments he's been posting. Great video as always. Thank you very much. I believe it's early yet, so still time for this group to turn it around after a long playoff run last season. That's true. We made it to the Stanley Cup Finals last season, and so we're the Eastern Conference champions. We still have very experienced people on this team. There's enough time we can turn this ship around, hopefully. But we definitely need some tweaks. I agree with that. If we do go for defense, I'd add third pairing guys like Travis Dermott or Rasmus Sandin. I do think putting Clemenson on the left side is best. True, playing his real position would probably be better for him. The biggest problem is goaltending and power play. Yeah, that's true. If you guys let's look at our power play stats. I believe we're at like 11% or something, which is very, very poor. But let me go and check it real quick. We are at 12.5%, so quite poor. I was trying to get the rookies on there, but we might have to throw the wily veterans on there just to make it a little bit better. For the power play, I looked into adding a power forward for the net front. As for goaltending, I looked at adding guys like Louis Dostal, who's ready to be the starter, or Otter or Sorokin, Jake Ottinger or Ilya Sorokin. He wants to keep Piotr as well, which was a question I put up to you guys, so good to see there. At the draft, we should trade Sanderson for a top pick and trade Kasper Haltonen ASAP. He has been performing very, very poorly. Also, give changes like 15 or so games, but keep faith, we got this. So thank you for those comments, my friends. It seems like the underlying message I'm getting from the viewers is Kasper Haltonen needs to be traded ASAP, excuse me, because both comments mentioned that. Also, we both mentioned about getting a third pairing defenseman, a solid defenseman, like an 83, 84 overall, I'm probably thinking of. We have Rasmus Sandin. We'll see if we can make something like that work, or Travis Dermott as well. Also, in goal, we need to make a change with possibly Jake Ottinger, Ilya Sorokin, or who was the last one? Lucas Dostal, of course. So I will go and make some trades and make some changes here, and let's see if we can't turn this season around. Okay, I've switched up the deal a little bit here. We're going to trade them Pierre Hoffman, who was drafted in the 5th round in last year, but he is 20 years old already and is a medium top 4, so probably won't make the NHL. Let's see what they say about this. That's rejected, too far off. Okay, so now we throw in a pick, and maybe this would go through. This might be close enough. Let's go like a 6th round pick. And see, rejected, sweeten it just a touch. Okay, so a 6th and a 7th, I guess, would get it done. What about a 6th this year and a 7th next year? What do you say to that? And they accept that. Okay, so we picked up Ilya Sorokin for our squad, baby. That is fantastic. Let's get him in there. He'll be a great starting goaltender for us, hopefully. Although his stats with the Islanders have looked somewhat suspect, I have a feeling he can turn it around here. Well, I hope at least he can turn it around here a little bit. And the other thing was Jake Ottinger had worse stats than him, so I wasn't really going to pick Ottinger over Sorokin. So hopefully his stats can turn around. He can get some good playing time, and that is trade number 1. Okay, looking at defensemen now, I'm thinking of Kevin Ball here. I know nobody suggested him, but Rasmus Sandin's on a contract for 4 years at $4 million, and he's only like an 81 overall. Or sorry, I think that's Travis Dermott. One of the two options that Fresh suggested is on a contract for a long time with a lot of money, and then Rasmus Sandin, I believe, is the better one. It has just such high trade value; it's going to be hard to trade from. But Kevin Ball, I think he's on a decent contract here, $2.025 million for the next 2 years, and I'm asking them to retain half of his salary so that we won't be over the cap, which I think would be pretty good for us. So I don't know if this is going to go through because they're retaining his salary, but let's find out. The trade looks fair, but the Winnipeg Jets are not willing to retain salaries that you are suggesting. Okay, so the thing is, right, he's not even playing for them, and I need them to retain salary on him. So I'll have to throw in a sweetener, I suppose. Somebody who's fairly, like, that won't really be much for us is what I'm thinking. Okay, so this is the new trade now. We got Vukovic in there, who is our current 7th defenseman. He's played 2 games, no plus minus. He's been on the ice for 11 minutes a night, basically. Pretty okay defensive stats. But Kevin Ball is just a better replacement defenseman, basically, with good skating, good physical for Kevin Ball. And then Matthew Joseph it's basically the trade is Matthew Joseph for Kevin Ball, and then this guy's in here for some trade value. Vukovic is in there for trade value. Ekmark here is in there for the roster spots, because if we gave them Vukovic and Joseph, they wouldn't have enough roster spots. So now I'll see if I can get a pick back for this. Matthew Joseph, it's going to be sad to give him up, but he's been a great player for us for the Sens, especially like in the first couple of years. He was very, very good, scoring 50, 60, and then 50 again. After that, he kind of fell off a cliff, but still a very, very good part of the roster. He was there for that Stanley Cup Finals run and appearance, but now it is time that we trade him and move on to Kevin Ball here, who's an 80 overall at $2 million. Is pretty good value for later on in the year. Or excuse me, later on in the franchise mode. So let's see if this goes through. Rejected. Okay. What about sorry, I did the wrong thing. Hang on. What about just the 7th round pick? Let's see. Rejected as well. Okay. What about straight up? Accepted. I'm not going to look a gift horse. EA, I send the trade with a 7th round pick, and it's, oh, how dare you? You're not even in the right city, let alone ballpark. And then I take out a 7th, the exact same trade, take out a 7th round pick, and boom, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth and say no. Oh my goodness, that's crazy, dude. There you go, Winnipeg. Have fun fleecing us or whatever you think you just did. That's what just happened right there. We are out of, I have to make roster moves. Hang on. Do we not have enough forwards? Let me see. Okay, guys, so I think what's happening here is the game made me make a trade in which I wasn't supposed to be able to make. I think this is a new glitch that we have in the system where I am over the salary cap, I think. Yeah, I'm over the cap by about $900,000. If you look at the bottom of your screen there, it says the maximum salary cap is 101.2 and our team cap hit is 102.305. So we're over the cap by about $900,000, even though it says right there that we're only over by $250,000. Glitches everywhere in this game. So what I have to do is either send down Kevin Ball or somebody else who makes about a Tyler Boucher here or a Yakov Trenin so that we are no longer over the salary cap. This is just super unfortunate. EA not telling me that the trade should not be able to go through. So I think we'll have to give up Kevin Ball here. I hope he doesn't get claimed by waivers, but nobody else, like none of these guys who are waiver uneligible, look what happens. Moving it down, Dimitri Tutin will still result in our team being over the salary cap. So I think that means we have to get rid of somebody who's like 1 mil or higher, which essentially means Kevin Ball has to go down, or Tyler Boucher or Yakov Trenin. Nobody else is really like bad enough to be sent down, and like Gavrikov, big part of our team in our top four. Walker Reimer obviously doesn't make enough money. Noah Dobson, huge part of our team. Kasper Haltinen could be sent down, but I don't want to lose him to waivers. I want to do that in a trade, hopefully. So I'm not really sure what we should be doing. I suppose here I'll have to send down a forward, I think, because Tyler Boucher or Kevin Ball, excuse me, is now part of our top six essentially. So I guess we'll have to send down Tyler Boucher. No, Yakov Trenin. We'll send down Yakov Trenin. We already have. He's a great fourth line centerman for us. I just hope he doesn't get picked up. He's making 1.7 mil, but Kevin Ball might be the better person to send down because he's an 80 overall making 2 mil. Okay, let's send down Kevin Ball here and hope that it's enough. Hang on, just to make sure, do we have somebody in the system who can step in just in case? Kind of, okay. So let's see what happens. We are able to send him down, right? Let's see. Your waiver eligible players must clear waivers before being reassigned. Every team will have a chance to claim these players. Okay. Kevin, I know we just traded for you. Now we're going to have to send you down to waivers. I'm so sorry. I hope you don't get claimed, but let's check it out. Let's see if he does. And no, I think he's safe. Okay, so now I have to make more NHL roster moves. Oh my goodness, this is just a crazy video right now. We'll throw in Nikita Kucherov in there, substitute in all lines. And then in defense, we also have to throw in, do we even have a defenseman? No, we don't, huh? So that's why I need Kevin Ball up here. Substitute you for now. Then I'll go into options, roster moves. This is just the type of stuff you have to deal with as a GM, apparently, in the NHL universe here. Ekmark, go down. Are we good now? No, we're still over the salary cap. What do I do? My God. Okay, so I'm going to have to send Yakov Trenin down and bring up Kevin Ball. So apparently I just have to send him down anyways. I didn't think I was going to have to, but it appears that I will. So let's do this. Hope that Yakov Trenin doesn't get claimed, and he does, of course. So we lose Yakov Trenin in that deal. I don't know, man. The game just really, really messed me up there while allowing me to make a trade that I shouldn't be able to make. I mean, it's just really, really unfortunate things from EA there. Kevin Ball, you fit the second line okay. Yeah, that just kind of ruined my day, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Really, really unfortunate that EA can't get their trade system right after all these years. So this is what the defense looks like now. We also have Rasmus Andersson there. We made a trade basically for Ilya Sorokin, who's going to be our goalie. So hopefully these trades can still make us decent, I guess. I'm going to make some changes to the lines, actually, as well. Yeah, we're going to throw Nikita Kucherov up top. He's always a great simulator for people. Damien Pascal will go to the second line now. And Tutin will go to the third line. Kasper Haltinen on the fourth with Drake Batherson, because those guys aren't performing. So we will make changes accordingly then. But with all that taken care of, for me, it's been like 30 minutes. For you guys, hopefully only 10 or so. We're going to jump into game one with our new team. We're going to allow these changes to write their course. We're going to go a few months. If we're still bad, we can sell off people. I'm not going to be afraid to do it. So let's get to game number one in this video against the Vancouver Canucks. Let's make sure Sorokin's in the net so we have the best team that we possibly can out there. And he is. So let's get this show on the road finally and see how it goes. So here we are, first period underway, 1-1 game. Noah Dobson scores, as does McLaughlin here for Vancouver. Second period now, 2-1 for Vancouver. Josh Norris, classic. The classic trades coming back to bite me right here. But that's how it goes sometimes. We're shots 25-22 in favor of Vancouver. But the power play, which I forgot to change, I will do that after this one. and then we will start some calendar simulation. Come on, boys. Let's get a goal here for our goaltender. Our new goalie playing very, very well for us, and we can't get one past probably Thatcher Demko, so we lose 4-1. Josh Norris has a game against us, scoring 2 goals. Look at the 3 stars of the night. Noah Dobson with a goal, Mackenzie Blackwood with 27 saves, and Josh Norris with 3 points. Of course, he always turns up against Ottawa. As is the case with whenever you make a trade, they always turn into, you know, freaking Teemu Solani or Dominic Hasek or, I don't know, Bobby Orr, you know, whenever you make a trade to another team, you play that team, the person you traded to said team dominates you. So, anyways, we are going to, let me do the power play right now, and then we're going to start up the simulation again. Okay, so now let's look at the power play units. We have Tim Stützle, Nikita Kucherov, Damien Pascal with Thomas Chabot, Ruslan Zadorov. Power play line 2 is Walker Reimer, Dimitri Titan, DeBrincat, Sanderson, and Kilger. So a weaker power play line 2, but still with the +5. Hopefully that can be enough for these guys. I also believe that Rasmus Andersson is back from injury, I think. So let's get him in there instead of Kevin Ball for right now. Let's see. He's back, but it's still a playable injury, so let's actually put Kevin Ball back in there. What did he do in his first game with us? He was a -1, but we kind of got pelted anyway, so that's going to do it for the line changes. Let's start simulating now and hope that we can turn this sucker around. Alright, so here we go with the simulation. Let's go a week at a time. Hopefully we can get some wins on the board here, and that's a 5-1 win up against the Maple Leafs. Let's continue for now and just see if how games go. That's another win. Okay, hang on a second. Let's keep this streak alive. That's Ruslan Zadorov has been injured. Are you kidding me, dude? With an injured knee. Okay. So it's going to be really tough now because we don't really have... Yeah, we don't have any replacement players because of what happened when we had to... What am I trying to say here? Since we had to send down Yakov Trenin and he actually didn't... he got picked up on waivers, we don't have anybody to fill the void. So Elliot Ekmark here is going to have to jump in. Fantastic for us. Also in the power play now. Oh my goodness. So much stuff that has to change here. Let's throw DeBrincat on that first power play unit. Second power play unit now. We need a shooter, basically. Actually, let's throw a defenseman. Yeah. Let's do Clemenson. Let's do Clemenson for now. Actually, we can do... No. We have to do Clemenson. And then we can... Yeah, we'll substitute him there. And okay, I'll take care of all this stuff. Okay, we're also going to get Rasmus Andersson in there instead of Kevin Ball and throw Noah Dobson on that third pairing unit. So let's see if we can keep this streak alive right now. Let me go... Okay, stop the simulation because it always does that. Okay, we're 3 wins in a row so far. Good stuff. We are currently in a wild card spot. Love to see that. Let's keep going another week and see how this works for us. That's a win. Okay, then a loss. Ruslan Zadorov is back. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me do this. We lose that game even though I said to stop the simulation. Another classic EA Sports glitch. Ekmark in 3 games was a 0+-, so he actually didn't hurt us very much at all, which is very, very good to see. Let's throw Ruslan back in there, and I'll put him on the power play as well. Okay, so in the last 6 games, I think we are 4-2, so we really need to get back on the horse here with another 3 wins in a row, hopefully. Let's see if we can't do it. We win that 1-5-0, win that one as well. Come on, boys. Let's keep this win streak alive here, and we win that one as well. A very, very good 3-game stretch, and we are back in the wild card hunt, although the Metro, is doing very, very well. We might need to try to grab a divisional spot rather than a wild card. Okay, so that was a very good week. I'm hoping for 3 wins out of 4 here in this next week, but we have some tough competition that's a loss. Okay, but then we get right back on with a win. Give me another few wins here. Oh, I need a win against Montreal. Okay, so we go 500 that game. We're really trying to chase down the Toronto Maple Leafs right now. Let's see if we can't do it. Let's go another week here. Come on, boys. We got to fight through. That's a win against a tough Jets team. Another win. That's 3 wins in a row. That's 4 wins in a row right now. We are now in a divisional playoff spot. We need to keep this momentum going, dude. Oh, my goodness. Okay, let's just go another week. This is a tough week, though. San Jose is a bad team. LA is a good team, and Minnesota is a very, very good team as well. But we beat the Minnesota Wild. Oh my goodness, we are pushing here. We've had a great December. We've had a great end of November, early December. run so far. Let's continue now. Up against our should we go and watch a game? I feel like we should watch a game. Let's go watch. Is anybody a good team? Let's go watch the Florida Panthers. Why not? We lose to the Caps, then we lose to the Rangers as well. Two losses in a row is really rough pill to swallow. And we have, oh my gosh, because of that, look how tight our division is, man. Because of those two losses in a row, we actually drop below a playoff spot. But you know what that means? That just means that these next few games coming up are even more important. So let's get some wins during them. And that's a great way to start from Pablo Kilger right there. Look at these shots. Oh my goodness, look at the shots. 11-1 in favor of the Sens. First period, we're up 2-0. Jake Sanderson with a power play goal there as well. Second period now, 3-1 for the Sens. Pablo Kilger with his second of the night. Nikita Kucherov scores as well. A very good game because Florida is a very good team. Actually, not very good, but they are a good team for sure. They are above us, that's for sure, in the standings. So a good way to start off this return to grace, hopefully. Hopefully we can come back and in the season and maybe push for a playoff spot. I hope. Dimitri Titan with 3 assists there. Pablo Kilger with 2 goals and an assist as well. We are now in a wild card spot, but that spot is not safe whatsoever. We need to push out the Maple Leafs, man. That's the only way I'll feel comfortable. We need to either push out the Maple Leafs or the Florida Panthers. Here we are. We're starting the new year now, starting January up. We have a tough game against Pittsburgh. Okay, we need to beat the Red Wings for sure. They're at the top of our division, so the Red Wings is a tough game, but let's hope we can do it. This is a fairly mid-week, like everybody's kind of a mid-round team right there. That's 2 wins in a row, okay, then a loss to Detroit, but we are in a wild card spot. The Maple Leafs are kind of tearing it up here in the last few games, which is not good to see at all, but we do have a wild card spot still, so let's see if we can't continue this run here. Let's go to the Minnesota game, who's a very, very good team, obviously. That's another win. Okay, we get back right on the horse. Then we lose to Calgary, win against St. Louis. Okay, we do win against St. Louis, and we are now in a divisional playoff spot, although we do have 2 games in hand, so keep that in mind at all times, guys. We are not safe. We have many, many games in hand. I'm going to go up here to the 20th because that's when my scouting is done. So let's see. It's a really bad New Jersey team, but 2 good teams in Minnesota and New Jersey Minnesota and Carolina. Can we win 2 out of 3? That would be very, very nice. That's a win against Minnesota, a loss to Carolina, and then a win against New Jersey. 2 out of 3. That's very good to see. We have 1 game in hand on the Maple Leafs, and we are 1 point up. So we're basically tied with the Toronto Maple Leafs now for the divisional spot, which is crazy. Okay, scouting out of the way always takes me like 20 minutes to do it, which doesn't seem like a lot of time, but it all adds up. Let's go another week here. It's a shootout loss, okay, to Columbus. We desperately need every win that we can here. That's a win, though. Good. So we get points in all our games. We're now technically above the Toronto Maple Leafs in our win department. So this season, oh my goodness, this has been a crazy episode, dude. This is like Oakland Athletics-esque. Not quite, they won 20 straight, but we are doing everything we can to emulate them for sure. We just lost 7-4 to a team that's like 8 games under 500, which is so disappointing. I know NHL 500 is different, but okay, we're losing a little bit here now. I don't like that. I don't really like that. All right, let's jump into this one, actually. We're getting close to the end of the season here. Only about 30 games left, so we'll go and see a few more games as well. 2-1 for Boston. David Pastrnak scores, but Kucherov gets us within 1. Come on, boys. Big second period out of you. Ah, my goodness. 4-2 for Boston now. Yikes. Ilya Sorokin not doing his best here in the TD Garden. But hang on a second. Pablo Kilger gets us within 1. Power play. Oh, I want to look at the stats too. How's the power play been doing? I really should take a look like halfway through the season so that I can just do all the mental math in my head. Be a lot easier that way. Like if somebody has 40 points, oh, they're going to score 80 points this year, stuff like that. See what we're on pace for and then see what we end up with as well. Yeah, that's a way smarter idea than how I've been doing it, just stopping kind of whenever. But I can't go back and change that right now. It's another loss as well, which I'm not liking at all. So let me take a look at. I didn't want to go to edit lines. Goodness gracious, dude. The interface doesn't keep up with you at all. let's go and look at our team. We are 26-26 if we don't count overtime and shootout losses and stuff. Oh my gosh, our power play skyrocketed. We had a 12% power play. Now it's 23.8, and our penalty kill 85 as well. Very, very nice special teams from us. So that might have been the thing that was holding us back here. Goals for per game, best in our division. Goals against, not great. But hopefully Sorokin is helping that go down. Let's check the entire league. Our goals for, we have third best goals for per game in the entire league. Goals against, though, we are kind of middle, actually. We're 10, 11, 12, about 13th, tied for 12th, I guess. Worst. So it's not great. We do want to see that get down. Hope below 3 would be ideal. But let's check out the next game now. Up against the Flyers, who are a very, very good team, I think. I think I saw them like 32-21. Yeah, really good team. Oh my gosh, okay. And then Toronto is a big game as well. Let's go another week now until here. That's a win against Philadelphia and a 8-0 smoking against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Oh my gosh, we destroyed them. Holy. Right, here we go. Next week is it looks kind of average. So maybe some playoff matchups in here for sure. San Jose, that's a loss. It's another loss, but then a win. Give me another win. Back-to-back wins. Good. Keeping our playoff dreams alive a little bit here. Our divisional playoff lead, if you look at the bottom right, definitely has grown. 66 points. Canadians closest to us with 59, but they also have 2 games in hand. So more like if they win both those, they're at 63. So we about 3 points ahead of the Montreal Canadiens. A big game here up against Toronto, in Toronto as well. So they're going to be, we know that Toronto crowd is going to be rocking, but we just smoked them 8-0, and then we win 3-1 against them. Beat Chicago 5-1. Oh, 7-3 loss, though. We do not like seeing that. And then up to the trade deadline, I don't think I'm going to make any changes, guys. We've been doing very, very good in these past few months here. I'm really happy with how this team is playing. And I think this is a team that's, I don't want to say anything, but we were, what were we, 4-7-3 or something at the end of last episode, like 4-10, and now we've crawled above 500. Like I don't like the NHL 500, 32-23. Really, we're 32-29, right? So we've crawled above 500. My 500 anyway. NHL 500 is just so whack. So anyways, let's watch. Ooh, I want to go into the trade. Actually, I don't really care about going into the trade deadline. Let's go the day after and see what the big trades were. Do we win? Yes, we do. We do beat the Dallas Stars there. So let's see what happens at the trade deadline. All right, so it looks like it was a very busy trade deadline day. I'm going to go through some of the notable moves. Okay, Matt Duchene goes to the LA Kings there. Very cool. Brendan Carlo goes to Vegas. Interesting stuff. Philip Hronek goes to the Rangers, as does Jonathan Berggren, I think. Detroit picks up Rickard Rakell and Maxime Comtois from Toronto. So it looks like Toronto might be selling off a little bit, which is great for us. Yeah, Toronto sells Rasmus Sandin as well to the Winnipeg Jets, who are trying to make a statement, it seems like. They also sell Simeon Argarchintsev for a second-round pick, so great. Toronto very active at the deadline here. Anybody else? Colorado picks up Connor Brown and Jeremy Lauzon from Buffalo. Okay. Andrei Kuzmenko goes to Winnipeg. Colton Parayko goes to Florida from St. Louis. That's a big. Calgary picks back up Oliver Shillington, where he started his career, and Gustav Nyquist as well. Ryan Hartman to the New York Rangers. Lucas Reichel goes to Philadelphia from Colorado. Wow. Big prospect changing there, although not really a prospect anymore. And then Ryan Strome to Nashville from Dallas. So big moves. Toronto making like 3 or 4 trades there, changing up their team a lot. Tim Stützle has been going off here. As soon as we changed the lines, he started stepping up with Nikita Kucherov on his right and Alex DeBrincat on his left. Nikita Kucherov dropping an overall, but getting it done like he can, man. And if you remember this first line, Tim Stützle was like -10 last episode, man. Now he's really jumped up there. The second line doing well as well. Damien Pascal -14, but that was from his time on the first line. This third line getting kind of picked to pieces, picked to shreds, actually. Yeah, really bad plus minus from that third line. And then the fourth line, at least Kasper Halttunen is actually doing a little bit better, maybe. 6 goals and 10 assists. So it is what it is, man. I'm not really going to make many changes. We've been doing well. There you go. Jake Sanderson +13, Thomas Chabot +4, Jake Clemenson +2, as is Rasmus Anderson, and then the the third line doing well as well. Vladislav Gavrikov and Noah Dobson. We also still have Kevin Ball here on defense. If we do want to throw him in at any point, a good defensive player for us. But I'm not going to change the lines. I'm not going to do anything. Let's just get right back simulating. All right, here we go. Let's watch. Let's see who's a big competition for us. The Red Wings, the Panthers, the Bruins, Canadians as well. So anybody in the Atlantic really is kind of crazy for us. Let's go watch Montreal here. Simulate like 2 weeks now. We've been doing 1 week, but I don't want to see anything yet, but I think we might be in the clear a little bit here. That's 3 out of our last 4. That's 4 out of our last 5. Our wins. Oh my goodness, we are rolling now, ladies and gentlemen. The Senators have 38 wins on the season, 82 points already. Let's continue the push here. Montreal actually is doing all right recently. They're 35, 26, and 6. So let's go. We're in the Bell Center. First period, 2-1 for the Sens. It's Nikita Kucherov and Thomas Chabot scoring, but Haas scores there on Ilya Sorokin. Second period now. Oh my goodness, bad second period from the Sens as Juraj Slafkovsky and Haas both score on Ilya Sorokin. So now it's up to the offense to try to get something going. A great power play that we have in our system does not lead anywhere. Come on, boys. The Ottawa boys, we got to get something rolling here. Need some goals out of you guys. Shots 31-28, fairly even, but the score in Montreal's favor, and it will end that way as well as their captain Nick Suzuki slots one in for a 4-2 victory over the Sens. Actually, a pretty bad loss there, but we did win like 4 straight before that, so I'm not too worried about it. Let's try to get back on the horse here, playing a lot of kind of average teams. Detroit's a good team. Toronto's a bad team. So let's go down here to Philadelphia. Come on, boys. Keep the win streak alive. Or not the win streak anymore, but let's get back on the horse. OT loss. Loss again. Okay, let's stop the sim. Loss again. Okay, that's really bad. Up against Toronto here. Let's do some... Should we do some line changes? I feel like we should. Shouldn't take anything for granted. Yeah, let's do some line changes, and I'll get back to you guys. All right, so I'm going to switch around Kasper Halttunen and Dmitry Tootin there. I also think... Actually, Gavrikov is doing very well. Let's do this. Let's get Gavrikov up there on the second line. Jake Clemenson on the third. Just some small things. Ilya Sorokin as well. 905 save percentage now. So he's been kind of doing very well with us. 906 save percentage, 265 goals against average. Yeah, he's been tearing it up with us. 4 shutouts as well. So really good stuff from Ilya Sorokin there. And now with those changes, let's jump into this one here. We're on a bit of a losing streak, but we're playing Toronto. We've had their number this season. I don't know why I just said that, because now they're going to smoke us 8-0 just like we did to them. But let's see. First period, 1-1. Nikita Kucherov scores on Cal Peterson, but then JT Compher comes right back and scores on Sorokin. Second period now, 3-1 for the Sens. Kucherov with a hat trick only in like 40 minutes. He gets a hat trick, probably less than 40 minutes. So real great stuff from him. Now, boys, you gotta shut the door. This is playoff opportunity here. You gotta think of this like a playoff game. We're up 3-1. We're out shooting them. We can't let them do that and come back in the third period. We gotta learn how to shut the door. I found a lot. Oh my goodness. And as I keep talking about it, they keep scoring. 3-3. Now Toronto ties it up, and we're going to overtime here. So in overtime, we need this, boys. We desperately need this, please. In overtime, we don't do anything. Okay, in shootout, we lose in a shootout 4-3. See, boys, that's what I'm saying. In the playoffs, we can't allow things like that to happen. You need to close out a game. Learn to close it out. Either if you're gonna hold on, or if you're gonna bury them, bury them. But don't mess with fate like that. We're now only 2 games up over the Canadians, and they have a game in hand. Even though before we were like in second place in our division, so this is really getting dicey now. As I was saying, these next few games are going to be massive. Let's simulate till the Montreal game. That's a huge game here. We need to keep winning, or we need to start winning, please. That's an 8-2 loss, win. Oh my gosh. We are still in a playoff spot somehow, even though we've been losing constantly. We're in our divisional playoff spot, which is very, very interesting. This is a huge game. The biggest game of the season is right here. We need to beat the Montreal Canadiens. This is crazy, man. I didn't think this episode was going to go like this. First period, 1-0. Who is it? Damien Pascal. Oh my god, I love this man. Second period. Oh, the boys coming through. Damien Pascal and Jake Sanderson. Now, we were up 3-1 against Toronto in the third period. We were up 3-0 or 3-1, I think, against the Islanders as well last episode. Both games we've blown in the third period. Do not do it again. EA, I swear to God, I swear down, do not let this happen again, boys. We need to shut the door. Sorokin, you've been playing a great game so far. I just need you to stop. It's just that easy, right? Just stop the puck. It's so easy. But anyways, here we go. Come on. And 1 minute left. Thank God. We win that game against Montreal, a huge game, and that probably solidifies our playoff berth. I don't think we've clinched yet, but I think something crazy would have to happen for us to miss out. Let's put it that way. That's an easy game against Buffalo, hopefully. Philadelphia is killing it. Are they the President's Trophy? No, they're not even. Oh my gosh. Are the Hurricanes and the Wild? Of course, it's always the Wild with Austin Matthews out there. So let's go 1 game at a time now and see what's up. Buffalo, we lose. Oh my god, dude. Look at the bottom. Oh, wait. We're not... Oh, hang on. The Canadians, I didn't realize this, have 2 games in hand, actually. So this could be interesting. Up against the Flyers, we need to win. We do. And we clinch the playoffs. Thank God. Oh, that's a big weight lifted off my shoulders as GM, man. After making it to the finals, starting out the year the way we did, I was super nervous that we weren't going to make the playoffs, but we actually do. And we have a chance to actually be second in our division if the Red Wings lose both these games. These are 2 easier games. Let's see what happens in them. It's a win against Boston and a loss to Tampa Bay. So we will not move up in our division. We will stay 3rd place, which is kind of scary. But anything is possible. Everybody's played 82 games now. Let's take a look at the league leaders and look at who's leading our team. It's Tim Bloody Stützle, and he's had a fantastic year, the best year of his career, I believe. Timmy, baby. Yes, it is 80 points in 82 games. Really, really found his stride this year. It's a career high in assists, it's a career high in points, and a career low in plus minus, perhaps? No, that's not. But great season from Tim Stützle. After a really poor start to it, he turns that ship around, and probably because he was partnered up with Nikita Kucherov, who I threw up there on that first line, just because I know he always simulates well, and he did just that. Only an 83 overall now, but still 68.78 games for Nikita Kucherov, very good. DeBrincat as well had a career year with us. No, it wasn't. He had 77 points 2 years ago, but a great year nonetheless. 29 goals, 41 assists. Damien Pascal, I think this could be a career year for him, and it is. 69 points in 82 games with 38 goals as well, which is a career high. 31 assists, which is also a career high, but minus 22, which is almost a career low. But either way, getting it done on the point sheet, which is what matters most to me. Then Ruslan Zadorov, the young phenom, the assist master here. 16 goals, 48 assists, a big goal year for him. His best goal year in his career. 48 assists as well is his career high for a career high of 64 points. Love to see it out of Ruslan. He centered that second line very well, and he was actually leading our team in points a lot of the time as well. Jake Sanderson with 55 points, very respectable. Walker Reimer in his first year being kind of booted up to the second line. He scores 53 points in 82 games. A career high in points. A lot of career highs this year. Wow, this is very, very nice to see. Pablo Kilger in his rookie season has 46 points, 28 goals. Minus 16 is rough, but that third line was it was a really young third line that we just threw together. 46 points for Thomas Chabot, very good. Dimitri Titan in his rookie year as well, 36 points, 18 goals, 18 assists. Great rookie season from him. So Pablo Kilger, I wonder if he is in there for Rookie of the Year candidate, perhaps. Berkeley Catton, disappointed in Berkeley Catton's season, man. Only 30 points in 82 games, only 9 goals, minus 23. Not great on that third line at all, but somebody had to have kind of off years, and it just so happened to be him. Rasmus Anderson, 30 points is not bad, but minus 4. We got him for his plus minus. He was good in our first 2 years, but minus 4. Looking for a little more out of you in the playoffs, my friend. Noah Dobson as well. Only 22 points, minus 3. Rough stuff here from the two 85 overall right defensemen here. Drake Batherson, really bad year from Drake Batherson. 21 points in 82 games. I know I threw him on that fourth line, but it was because he had like 3 points in like 30 games. What was I supposed to do? Keep giving him second line ice time when he's hurting us? No. I made the changes and we made the playoffs somehow because of it. Kasper Halttunen as well. Really, really rough season for Kasper Halttunen. Good plus minus, horrible point production. Vladislav Gavrikov, 20 points for a very defensive guy who was just here for his plus minus just to keep that puck out of the net. He scores 20 points. A high with the Sens with us, so that's very nice to see. Jake Clemenson, 17 points, not great. Minus 4 as well is not fantastic. We'd like to see a little bit more. Tyler Boucher, 10 points in 72 games. Tyler Boucher, not a goal scorer, or not a scorer at all. Kevin Ball got in there for 4 games, and Elliot Ekmark as well got in there for 3. So the trade deadline acquisitions didn't really do much for us, except, hang on, I forgot the biggest one, the goaltending. Ilya Sorokin, his save percentage dropped off a little bit, but with us, 903 save percentage, 2.77 goals against average. I will take those numbers after what we were getting from our other friends there. Pyotr Kochetkov here had an 887 save percentage and a 3.31 goals against. That's pretty rough. But let's look around the entire league now at all of the skaters and see who led the league in points and who had great over 100 points. It is, of course, Kaprizov and Matthews up there on Minnesota. Also Nathan McKinnon, Mikko Rantanen in Pittsburgh, Mikko Pitkanen actually in the Winnipeg Jets, a drafted player in 2025, showing us how it's done. I thought he might still be on his ELC, but no, he is not. He gets, what does he get? 53 goals, 48 assists. Great stuff from him. That might be no, it's not. I think Nathan McKinnon has the record shot, but we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves here. Connor McDavid, 93 points. Martin Necas with 93 points as well. Mark Stone, 92. A lot of good point production around the league here. Tyrone Matthews, 88 overall, high top 6 forward. Wow, getting it done there in Seattle. Oh, because he's playing with Sidney Crosby, huh? Sidney Crosby, 81 years, not 81 years of age. That would be crazy. 81 overall at 41 years of age, playing with Tyrone Matthews. Good pairing there. Alexander Barkov, Elias Pettersson, Leon Draisaitl only with 85 points in 82 games. Yeah, man, the simulation, I don't really understand it. Jake Gensel with 84 points, Matthew Boldy with 84. Great year for goal scoring for point scoring, at least in the NHL. Let's look at goals. I think it's Nathan McKinnon, and it is here with 61 goals in 82 games played, 33 years old. He's hitting his stride now in his career. After that, Mikko Pitkanen, David Pastrnak, and Wade Harding all with 50 plus. Scrolling now to defensemen, Cale Makar leads the league, 75 points. Followed up closely by Quinn Hughes, and then Cale's old defensive partner Devin Taves. Zach Werenski's here. Yeah, so it looks like 60 points is like really, really good defenseman, 60 points. Amazing defenseman, 70, maybe 80 plus. I did not mean to do that. Sorry, boys. So the Norris Trophy going to Cale Makar. Goaltending now, who gets the Vezina? We're here in Ottawa. Hang on, let me go to the whole entire league. The Vezina probably going to Jesper Wallstedt. Could be going to Carter Hart, though, who had a great year with Philadelphia. Thatcher Demko as well. Oh, Thatcher Demko went to Calgary? Oh my gosh, Vancouver fans, how do you feel about that? Kaapo Kähkönen as well with a very good year. So like overall, I don't think overall means that much, man. I really don't. Look at this. Okay, let's go through all the top goalies, okay? So first, Jesper Wallstedt, 87, very good. Then Carter Hart, 86, respectable. 88, very good. He's up there as well. 83, though, 912 save percentage, 281. That's better than what our 86 overall goalie did. 83 again, better numbers than our 86 overall goalie. 83 again, better numbers than our 86. Like, you know, I don't think it means that much. Sure, it helps. 92 overall has better numbers. But I don't think it's the end of the world if you have a weak goalie in there. And then Ilya Sorokin's like 8th or 9th, so good season from Ilya for sure. I'm very happy we went out and got him. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Does Pablo Kilger get the Rookie of the Year? Does he get the Calder? Or is there some phenom out there who scored like 50 goals? Let's see. Oh, close. Very close, but he falls just a little bit short. But the thing is, right, this guy right here, Henrik Eriksson, getting 20 minutes a night. Pablo Kilger getting like 14. Yeah, 15 minutes a night. Same thing with Salvador Jennings as well. He's getting 15 minutes. So Salvador Jennings probably going to win that Calder Trophy. 22 years old, playmaker with 93 passing. Fair play to him. At least Pablo Kilger is the youngest here at 19. He's still in the top 3 of rookie scoring. Unless there's a goalie that will take it away. There usually isn't. I don't know why it does that either. That's another glitch in the game. Oh, hang on. Chance Del Rio. Medium elite, if you guys know Alberto Del Rio. Maybe the grandson of Alberto, or the nephew. Love Alberto Del Rio. Anyways, so that is it for the player stats. Now let's take a look at the team stats in our division. We came 3rd in our division, so we got the divisional spot. But the entire league, who wins the President's Trophy? Of course, who else but the Minnesota Wild, going 54, 20, and 8. Great season from them. Colorado closely following them up. Then Carolina, Philadelphia 3 and 4, Calgary and Winnipeg 5 and 6, Columbus and Florida 7 and 8. So I think we actually have 4 and 4, 4 Eastern Conference teams and 4 Western Conference teams in the top 8. The top 10 looks more like 6 Eastern Conference and 4 Western Conference. So maybe a little bit stronger Eastern, but still a very, very good, a decent split there. We're 12th in the entire league, which is pretty dang good. We barely made the playoffs, though. Are there any like late teams that get in, or is it just the top 16? Looks like it's just the top 16 teams that get to go and go into the playoffs. The worst team in the league, New Jersey. Rough stuff for New Jersey. Nashville's down here. Washington as well. Buffalo, Toronto, Edmonton, Anaheim, and Tampa Bay Lightning. So those are what the standings look like. You saw the individual stats for our team. You saw the individual stats for the entire league. Now let's find out who we are playing. It is, of course, who else? It always has to be them. Oh, I simulated a day, actually. I shouldn't have done that because we now see there's a few wins on the board for some teams. But who else but the Detroit Red Wings? It's always them. We always have to go through them. I love how that became a storyline in this universe, man. I think it's so cool. But either way, Lucas Raymond, Dylan Larkin, Philip Zadina. Good first line. What they do in the regular season, 50 points for Philip Zadina. Okay, but Dylan Larkin must have like 70. Yeah, 65. And Lucas Raymond with 70. So a good scoring first line. Second, this looks like the same team that we played last year, to be fair. It looks pretty similar. Defensively, yep, Darlene and Sider still here. Oh, they have a weak defensive core. Hopefully we can take advantage of that. And then goalies, it is Alexander Georgiev, who had a good regular season as well. So this is the team that we're up against in the playoffs of what year is this? Year number 6? Year number 7? Year number 5? Something like that. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below, what you thought of the video and all that jazz. You guys know what to do, though. You've been on YouTube for long enough. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys next one. Peace out, everybody.